come back to the saga of Mark Borchardt, Part 2. So there's an illogically large number of people who claim that the story of the making of Corbin they find inspiring. And I have to wonder, what film you are watching? Because I can condense the film of American movie, that being the creation of Corbin, down into about 10 seconds. Comme ça. They say they respect his ambition and determination. But I'll tell you this, ambition with no ability is absolutely pitiful. And someone who rams their head into a wall again and again and again can be said to have determination. Doesn't mean it's a good idea or if it's ever going to succeed, as we've seen before.
Motherfucker! 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 Oh man, you alright?
Yeah. So Mark fell back into obscurity once again for a while, but then he made a surprise comeback a few years ago. But as you will see, it's this again. I present the Hagstone Demon.
Lost her cat a few months before, and since ours had just had a litter...
Yes, he's monochrome. He's going right back down the same path again. He did not learn his lesson from last time. Mark, if you're trying to kill yourself, you're supposed to use the oven. It's 3 feet to your right.
Are you from around here?
No, that I'm not.
Ah, I see he has fled Milwaukee. Wise choice after Coven.
Oh, thank you, Douglas. I guess it doesn't make much sense fixing up an old building that's about to be torn down.
He's trying to keep something alive that is already doomed to die. He's treading the same old worn paths that lead to disaster. Hello again, Metamobius Strip.
Then finish your tea and I'll read your leaves.
No! Do not make him finish anything! Uh-oh. There are mystic symbols inside that cup. She may well be the member of a coven.
It's someone very important in your life. Someone you care for very much. A woman.
No.
It just cut randomly to a senseless shot while the original scene is still happening. This is Coven all over again. Mark wakes up to find what looks like a dead woman in his armchair. Remember what his brother said?
Honestly, I thought that he was going to grow up to be like a stalker, a serial killer, or do something where he would try to plan someone's death, you know?
And then she vanishes. So either he was hallucinating, or the editor just made a massive continuity error. Considering Mark's track record, I'm guessing the latter. What is this creepy old man looking for? A midnight tryst?
When are we gonna get some hedonist done?
Ah! I hate being right!
The dreams have returned.
Oh, now I see. All his dreams of making it have returned to him. But you know what they say? If at first you don't succeed, do something different. Mon Dieu. Here is a definitive proof that they are indeed deliberately doing American movie all over again. Notice that shot? And notice this shot for American movie. They are the same. Except one was from a documentary and technically real, while the other one is a stage narrative. Which means they did it entirely on purpose. This is the dead matter all over again, where someone's trying to do something that's been done before and totally bombed, and trying to do it right. This is no longer a Metamobius strip. This is a meta-interweaving spiderweb. He's trying to write again. Stop him! And now the film turns to color? It is too late to try to fool us. We know exactly what you're doing by now. The dead woman is alive again. See, she can't get out either. It's just like before. No one can escape the black hole of Mark Borchardt. She has a gun. It won't help. Killing him won't do anything. Goodbye, Color. It was nice to see you. Is she doing the come at me, bro? the toaster is needlessly melodramatic. But Mark does not care.
But the cold hard fact is, I didn't care.
See? Who is that at the door? Another seeker of the sexy times?
12. Would you mind?
Oh, it's right again. And what is the child for? Is he going to watch or join in?
Seems like every chick I meet reminds me of her.
Where exactly has he been hanging out?
That's just what we need. A new caretaker for a condemned building.
It's the returning charge of the bad acting brigade.
You know what he did? He had a secret little room off down by the boiler. It's where he kept his girly magazines.
I'm inclined to ask what he was doing back there in the first place when he found them.
I know everything that goes on here.
So he was watching the sexy times with the small boy? What does he need girly magazines for then?
For example, I know that there's a homeless girl living downstairs in that room at the end of the hall.
And now I am afraid for her.
Can I help you?
Lovely. She's getting an early start on the crazy cat lady thing.
Could you fix my toilet, Douglas?
Excuse me?
My pretty little toilet.
Pretty little toilet? Now I'm afraid of her. Isn't that the same drive-in Mark filmed Covin at? Did they throw that shot in there just to show us? What is this disease of cinematic necromancy? Stop resurrecting that which is dead.
Well, he's a caretaker of an apartment now, right? But he used to be a big shot reporter.
He was a journalist? Like someone who writes articles? Oh! Crosses on the walls again. Do I even have to say it? What was up with that shot just then? Was someone looking at him through the scope of a sniper rifle? If they're trying to assassinate him, I don't blame them. But it won't do any good. Death does not hold sway in these films. And now they are recreating the opening to Night of the Living Dead. When I said cinematic necromancy, I did not expect them to do it literally. And then there's a scene with a prostitute, and he doesn't go through with it. So what was the point of that? Trying to demonstrate your impotence to the world? Your films have already proven that to us. And now there's a dead guy. We shall see if that remains a permanent condition.
I always knew he was a masturbator.
What a bitch. And considering he had sexy times with Mark a while back in the film, I really doubt it. So it's a cut from a dead masturbator to a cat licking its crotch. Is this film trying to tell us something? And now a shot of crazy cat lady's very perky nipples. I wonder if it's the same guy who shot the dead man who shot this as well.
Tonight would be perfect, Douglas.
For what?
For toilets.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new non-sequitur champion. What kind of acid trip could prompt someone to write a line like that? And now he's playing with some hardwood and a strangely phallic hat. I don't have to say a word. I suspect the toilet was simply a ruse to get him inside her place. She is not even touching herself with that brush right now.
It's a trap!
After all that weirdness, now he is following her? Perhaps his brother was right about him after all. That guy there looks like one of those alien wackos from Dark City. That would actually explain everything. Feels to chien mer, there's another coven of wackos! It's not going to work, Mark. Nobody gets to stay dead in these films.
You forgot this.
Oh, thank you.
And what was I using that for?
Been getting any pussy lately?
Whoa, she's doing the seduction attempts completely backwards. What you gonna do now, introduce herself?
Have you
Have I what?
been getting any pussy lately?
I have my own.
Well, I'm at a loss. Every tenant in this building comes by to proposition the caretaker. He either has the greatest job in the world or the worst. Oh, another dead tenant. Was she a masturbator as well?
So, where you headed after this, Douglas?
Oh, come on, detective, man. I don't need this shit. I've got 6 quarts of AB negative to mop up before supper.
All right. Go ahead and mop up your blood, and I'll be seeing you around.
The detectives suspect him. He must have seen an American movie. And now he discovers that the crazy cat lady has been dead for years. See, I told you, no one gets to escape this film. And now the lady with the kid is back for more. Without the child this time. That's good.
So, where's Thomas?
Oh, he's with my mom.
Ew! What is this, Arkansas? Ugh. And now she's crying. Does she want to join in on the incest?
I've been seeing things in my apartment.
So she's been having sexy times with non-human organisms?
I think it's a good idea that you leave.
I agree. I would not want an extraterrestrial STD either.
I had to distance myself from her and treat her like shit.
She's already in this film. That's abuse enough.
Do you know her?
Holy fuck. I don't know.
You don't know. Didn't you hire a prostitute at Waterhead's truck stop on the 16th of this month?
How did anyone know that even happened? No one was tailing him then.
3 stiffs in 10 days, Douglas.
There's that serial killer implication. I told you he'd come back. And 2 new horny people arrive at his door.
Here, this is for your trouble.
No, you don't have to do that.
This is my mother.
Good to make your acquaintance, ma'am.
She hasn't been well.
And she needs some sexual healing?
Do you know if my brother was seeing anyone, if he had a girlfriend?
Most likely is a caretaker there.
We need to talk.
Fuck you.
There's been plenty of that already.
Why don't you have a drink? Drink.
That sounds awfully familiar.
This isn't poison, you know what, is it?
Why, yes, it was poison, you know what? And now it is Coven all over again. Again. I know better than to ask what that actually was.
What are you doing?
Is the film asking itself that? It should be.
Just who the hell do you think you are?
It's the same character from Coven, obviously. She did ask him if he'd be getting any pussy lately.
Look, you need to leave Douglas. And if you like, you can come with me.
Didn't he already do that with her and her kid? Yipes! From the look of that, it was an awfully one-sided exchange this time. Premature ejaculation much? They went to a priest? He must have wanted to do something really freaky.
My sister Julie was a Satanist.
What?
She and Douglas took part in a satanic fertility rite in order to conceive a child.
Stop. Arrêtez, s'il vous plaît. Up until now, it's been a fairly straightforward murder mystery, with a sudden twist that one of the suspects is actually dead or faking her own death. But now you're throwing this at us? No. If you wanted me to be on the side of our crazy caretaker, you just lost me. Yes, that is a good response to that development. Hopefully the audience did the same. There's Mark having a rare moment of sanity, asking himself, why did I agree to do this film? There have been enough horny people in this film so far. There's no need to make it so transparent. Why is they forcing him towards the bed there? Has he finally had his fill of the poontang? And more tripped out Coven shots. Go on.
What does he mean?
The ritual failed. Julie never conceived. There never was a child.
And once again, Mark proving his impotence to the entire world. Would you stop telling us everything that's wrong with you? We don't want to know.
Julie was consecrated to the coven.
She shot herself. My gun.
And because she committed suicide, her body was eligible for infestation.
Infestation? Of what?
A succubus.
What's a succubus?
A prostitute demon.
Masturbation, impotence, and prostitution. 3 things that keep coming up again and again and again. Pun intended. So the serial killer plotline comes back again and the detective is dead. And with that, the plotline abruptly comes to an end.
I want to see my son.
Whoa. Does that detective's corpse actually arouse her?
All right. We'll start at the top. Douglas, any idea where the point of infestation could be?
I don't know.
How are you feeling?
Actually, I've never felt better in my life.
It's the building, Douglas. You're feeding off of it.
I'm gonna go get the flashlight.
What just happened there?
Well, it looks like everyone's gone who's supposed to be gone.
Oh good, the audience left the cinema. One tenant remains, and he's gone totally catatonic. Well, that's one way to get out of this film.
I ain't leaving.
Well, no one gets to anyhow.
He'd sneak down there and beat his meat all afternoon. Let me tell you, that guy was the master of all masturbators.
There it is again! This is some truly sick shit.
Blasphemer!
Did he just orgasm himself into a coma? And he's suddenly back for more. That was fast.
Come off me! Come off!
He jizzes out of his face. Well, keeps his pants clean, I suppose.
I command you to name yourself, unclean spirit.
There are those who call him... Tim? What do you know? Tim the demon actually sexed her into a coma. So now the crazy cat lady is also a demon. Or perhaps a Morlock. And now Mark is crawling through a tight dark tunnel. Would you stop with the sexual innuendos, please? Crazy cat demon was already squatting in a furnished basement unit. Why would there have to be a secret room behind the boiler? Oh. Ew. Oh, yuck! This film just went from cinematic necromancy to the real thing. Isn't the idea of lighting a shot not to get the actual lights in it? And then he starts doing her from behind? Goodbye, necromancy. Hello, necrophilia. Long story short, she really is a demon. He kills her at the end. Oh, that was painful. It begs the question, why would he want to do that again after the last attempt? It turns out it's the only time he can ever actually finish anything. For the denouement of this trek through the depths of utter hell, I'll present you one of his more recent attempts at creation. The teaser for episode 1 of Out and About.
As you can see, I'm taking a walk, which I try to do every day. But this is not where I take a walk, because like anything, this is fake as shit. See that? Here, take a look at how that looks. That weird how that shadow and all that. It's unexpected. Were you filming this? So anyway, it's beautiful, it's summer out, it's time for the ambiguities of Antonioni, the intrigues of Hitchcock, and of course, film noir literature, which includes Ross MacDonald, Raymond Chandler, and Dashiell Hammett.
Yes, it is just him walking around and rambling. Pretty much the only thing he's ever good at.
Where are you taking us?
Dairy Queen, man.
Since they take a trip to Dairy Queen, he manages to even get that wrong.
Growing up, I always knew better. Eat dessert first, so you got room for it.
So there's room? Could you not even manage to order lunch without fucking it up? I'm not one to be a stickler for the dining rules at the tables that our mother taught us, but if you're so concerned about not having enough room for dessert, then order less food. Idiot. Not that it really matters, because the show never saw completion. What a shock. So instead now he's getting involved in a show where he does mysticism? Abort, right now, stop! I'm not going down that road again. So, that is the tragedy of Mark Borchardt. A man who tried a few times and fails most of them. But shaking off the residue of those tragedies. Next time, we examine a man who's been making travesties for decades and technically considered a success. We find out who that is next time. Until then, adieu.